Alrighty, welcome to Mac Bean's Scottish Fitness. I'm going to be doing a little quick light workout down in the basement. I'm getting to the point where I think the congestion is starting to diminish. That's my thought anyway, because it's been the least clogged up I've been. I was actually going to go to the doctor today, but I got a pretty good night, and I wasn't coughing up a storm, and I think I'm feeling a little bit better. I don't want to go to the doctor and just waste money because I don't have any symptoms anymore. So we're going to start with 135, 2 1/4, probably be as heavy as I go. And I'm just going to get some sets in, trying to get everything getting ready for the week. I plan to do workouts pretty much every day this week. Some will be in the gym, some will be here at the house. Just because I want to make sure I feel even better tomorrow before I go into the gym. I mean, for over 2 weeks, I've been just hacking up green stuff. I mean, a lot. And it's been kind of going around the area. Some other people I know that I've lifted with, a few even had to go to the doctor after 2 weeks just to make sure everything was clear, everything was. And like I said, if I wouldn't have had a good night last night, I would have been going to prompt care. So, and a 1, and a 2, and a 3, and a 4, and a 5, and a 6, and a 7, and an 8, and a 9, and a 10. So I'm going to do a couple sets of these. I got about 45 minutes to work out. Then I have to head to the store to get food for work. And then start the process over again. Really, I had a good time this weekend with the wife, but I didn't accomplish much. So a lot of times, lack of activity will continue to make you unactive in other areas. So I said, well, I'm gonna go down and I'm gonna lift some weights. Hopefully this will get everything stimulated and I can get my week plans done. Tomorrow morning, I'll try to go and do some jobs. I didn't do any this weekend because they were ridiculous. I mean, they wanted me to travel 25 miles for, $13 with a big order. I'm like, I ain't gonna do it. I did one on Friday or Saturday where I waited for them to offer more money. And I did 2 deliveries, about 16 miles away. Didn't get a tip on either one of them. Tips are optional, I get it. But I mean, if you're taking advantage of a system and somebody's making a delivery out to you that requires them making 4 trips upstairs with lots of groceries, I don't know. What's a couple bucks? But here's what happens. As us as delivery people, we start remembering, who takes care of us and who doesn't. Now, most people tip right on the app, so it's no big deal. And I haven't gotten cash tips, and I remember those people. So if I see their order, I don't care how many pieces it is, I'm hitting it. Not that they have to tip me every time, but they definitely have moved themselves up. So, eventually we're going to figure out who's the person to go and do the deliveries for and who's not. So if you ever wonder why you're not getting a delivery, if you're ordering through, Instacart and stuff like that, it might be you. I don't know. But anyway, they didn't have any jobs that worthwhile. for anybody to go get. Now, I think that has to be the point. There has to be it's called the risk/reward. Is the risk of your time worth the reward of payment? Not that there's any danger in this, because there isn't. But if I'm going to drive 15 minutes to the store, pick up your prescription or food or whatever, and drive another 20 minutes to you, okay, so that's 35 minutes plus the 10 minutes I'm in there. There's 45. There's pretty much an hour of my time. Okay, I'm not going to do it for $8. All right, it's not worth my gas. They don't buy my gas. I buy my gas. All right, next set. Usually the second set feels a little better because you're starting to get a little warmed up. And a 1, and a 2, and a 3, and a 4, and a 5, and a 6, and a 7, 8, and a 9, and a 10. Got that strange noise in the background. This is a washing machine, which I thought I put it in the soak longer than that, but who knows how long I've been talking. Well, I haven't been talking that long. So what I'm kind of getting across is, you get the services that you pay for. And sometimes the app itself is less generous than usual. They didn't have any incentives going on the whole weekend. A lot of times they'll give you a $3 incentive for every trip you do, or if you get 3 trips, they give you a bonus. If you get 5 trips, they give you another bonus. And they had none of that going on. So it's curious to see what's going on. Now they want us to get a real ID, not just a driver's license. So now I gotta get all that stuff together. I never understood what was behind the real ID versus just getting a driver's license versus a state ID. I just don't understand why we need to have that process, where usually you just get a passport. So that's one of the ones where I'm thinking, is this even form of identification necessary? Especially as many times they try that happen to show a form of identification is wrong. I'm like, all right, let's make up your mind. Should I have an ID or not? Let's get some consistency going. So I got to do that. So you got to collect all that paperwork. You need this, you need this, you need this, you need this, you need that. It's like, I've got a driver's license that says I'm a resident of Illinois, so I don't understand the problem there. My tax form should be proof of it right there. Here's my taxes I filed. So that one I'm kind of curious about. Was it really necessary for them to do that? Or do they just want extra money? What do you think? I'm thinking they just want extra money. I forgot how much it cost, but I'm sure it's not $20. All right. One more set. Let's get the blood moving. There we go. Now we'll add a little weight. Put a 25 on each side. Bring it up to 185. I said, not going to be a heavy workout. I don't have a spotter, number one. And it's been about 2 weeks because of all the fun times I've had trying to clear out my lungs. So I'll go with 185. I'll probably load this up later on as a premiere and hope to get a little bit more people popping in. I understand I haven't put a video out for a while, so when that happens, you kind of get off the radar. But I'm just looking at what videos get what sort of return. And, I had one creator say, well, premieres were the best return for him. Well, they're not for me. And then lives were, well, they're not for me. Usually, just my workout video's fine. But I like to do the premiere so at least I can, in real time, if you're there, just chat with you. Kind of get that personal feedback. So when you're in somebody's premiere or live chat, saying hello and asking questions and engaging other people is what makes it really work. Not engaging, then YouTube doesn't push it and nobody else starts following it, and you just the idea of a premiere or a live stream was to get some cross communication going. We'll see how that works out. Hopefully that one will I'll get my point across. All right, so we got 185 on there. Let's give it a toss. There we go. I don't feel too bad. It's decent weight. Going to kind of get the process restarted, and that's a lot of your lifting is restarts. You're going to have injuries. You're going to have illnesses. You're going to have times of not being motivated, or just other things in life are going to take up your time for a little bit. But it's always okay to just restart it. Sometimes people think, oh man, yeah, I screwed up, I waited too long. And then we get depressed, and then we're like, we don't restart. And that's where the real shame comes from, is you don't restart. You need to. So no matter how long of a break you've taken, you get back in and gym and lift. Don't give it up. Sometimes you just need to look at old videos, or there was the Dubuque UPA one was going on this weekend, which I was going to go visit, but I just didn't feel up to it. But I got to see the videos, and that kind of got me all excited about it, because towards the end of July, they're having their qualifier for the Arnolds. So that is going to be my next one I do. I thought I was going to be down in Missouri doing a workout here in a couple weeks, but it looks like Missouri's coming here. So where we're going to go visit, they're going to come visit us, which is fine. But I'm going to try to get more workouts in, get more varied workouts in. Pick up on some exercises I haven't done in a long time, and try to get more work in. That's the whole idea, is just try to get much more of this in, get back to the level where I think I should be, and go from there. You can really talk yourself in and out of things, and you've got to understand when you're talking yourself in the wrong direction, and then put a stop to it. A lot of people say, well, you don't lift, you don't have to lift heavy anymore. You don't have to sit there and work out 5 days a week anymore. You don't. Well, Don't is as bad of a word as can't. All right? Because don't will become can't. If I don't lift heavy, eventually I will not be able to lift heavy. So I'll get to the point where I can't lift heavy. So don't leads to can't. So you want to stop it when you get to the don't part. When they're saying you don't have to. Get rid of the negative. I do have to. All right, it what makes me, puts me on the radar. All right. Nobody's watching my videos because I bench 185. All right, they're watching my videos because I'm benching 385. Waiting for me to get back up to 405 and 425. That's why they're watching my videos, and that's what I'm working towards. So I had to get rid of the don't, where people saying I don't have to lift heavy anymore, because that leads I can't lift heavy anymore. I don't want to get to that point. I know people who are in this competitions that are older than I am and are still lifting good weights. So I want to be that person. Yes, it's a lot of work. It sure is. A lot of time. A lot of effort. But I think it's well worth it. All right, 185 again. Alrighty. So now we'll slip her to 2 1/4. And that's probably where I'll finish here, because I am by myself. Not that I can't dump it off to the sides, because what I'll do is I'll keep the clamps off. So if I have to dump the weights, I can. Now these black weights are 45s also, people. And they're metal. They're just rubber coated. And I can already feel the changes. I can already feel myself getting a little tighter, a little stronger. I can feel the pump going in there, feeling remotivated again, basically. So I'll take a few minutes, and then I'll probably do 2 sets of this. All right, now I got 2 1/4. Press this out. See how it goes. All right, so 225 again. I'll probably call it a day. Be a nice light workout. I got something in, so I don't feel like a total waste. So even when you can't get a full one in, you get something in. I can feel it in the arms, I can feel it in the chest, I can feel it in the lats. definitely beneficial. So remember, rest, nutrition, proper exercise, hydration, get healthy, and just lift weights. Everybody have a wonderful, wonderful day.